Well, we might as well get started now. My name is Jeff. I'm the MLS support person, and if you have questions or concerns about the MLS, feel free to reach out to me. Kevin is also online today with us. He deals with the education side mostly, but he knows the MLS pretty well. So you can always reach out to any one of us and we will be able to get you the answer, or we'll find you somebody who can give you the answer. All right. Well, let's get started. As you can see, I've already logged into Matrix. We're going to be covering some of the tools that you can use today that are not so much MLS based, but they can help you do different things. All right. And as you can see, my homepage is probably going to look different than yours because you can move these little guys around. You can change them and everything, but any of you guys that have seen the movie Up, I'm like the squirrel, the bulldogs. I'm easily distracted, so I like to look at the bright colors on my screen. So you can, oops. Like I said, just click on these, move them around. You can have as many or as little as you want open on your page. But what we're going to be looking at mostly today is the external links, this area here, and seeing what we can do there to find properties, also market yourself, and do a few other little things there. Okay, well, let's jump into that and see what we got under external links. Oh, if you don't see external links on your homepage, let me just close it out. And you'll look under additional, and you'll see external links. So you can just drag and drop it and put it anywhere you want to. Now, you guys will probably want to do like your listings and things. Me, I can never have an active listing or a pending listing or anything. I'm not a real estate agent. But you guys probably want to pull this out so that you can see some of those things going on. I'll get rid of that for now. There's all kinds of things you can look at under there. Okay. Well, anyways, back to external links. What can we do under external links? What are some of the things that we can see under here? Well, we can see data links to connect to different kinds of programs, right? If I wanted to look for, oh, I don't know, maybe new construction properties, you can do that under what we call Builder's Update. So I'm just going to click on this. And it's going to show me all the new construction or under construction and things in Southwest Florida. And it shows me the Southwest Florida market because all three boards are connected to it now. We were the first, but that's okay. So if I now just go Estero, hold on a second, I had to put my phone in my desk. It keeps dinging on me. Stay away. All right. So if I look at all the homes in Estero, Florida that are new construction, pre-construction, and under construction on Builder's Update, I can go into the details, find out where they are, and look for all those kind of properties. Well, I'm going to click back into Matrix. I'll keep this up. Now let's do search for residential properties, active, and we'll click on scroll down. all of Estero. But we'll need to do something else to find some information about this. We want to see new construction, pre-construction. So what I can do is I go into my add new, and I'm just going to get rid of these things right here. Oops. And add a field called status type. Once I add that, I now have, as I scroll down, the ability to look for new construction, pre-construction, or under construction. By doing that and looking at it just in matrix, I see 11 properties in Estero, right? I see 67 potential properties on Builder's Update. So you're kind of missing 50, almost 50 something or 40 something listings that are not even on the MLS. Vast majority of these properties are not on the MLS. So if somebody is looking for new construction, you can use your tools, Matrix, number one, to see these are builders who have actually put the listing on the MLS versus builders who have not put their property on the MLS. And of course, you can click into your details of the property. Some of the builders, you can see the different builders, everything like that. They put them onto this basically external MLS. And so if you want to send or let your client look at some of these properties, honestly, all you have to do is basically go up, click on My Tools, Manage Your Home Buyers, Invite to Search, put in their name, their email, which is important because it will lock it down to you for 6 months. So that anybody that's searching, any of your clients that are searching, they will only be linked to you. You're still going to need to do the handshake with the builders. And remember, they can look here in one development in Estero, but they can also look for properties in another area of Southwest Florida that may be a different development. So you will need to register and do the handshake. We don't want to give up leads to a builder, because as we all know, builders sometimes forget that they got a lead from you. All right. So I'm just going to cancel that. But yes, you can add a buyer, look for those kind of properties. And I'm just going to click at the back right now. And it's showing us, all over Southwest Florida, 1,042 properties. If we did it for all of Southwest Florida, I think, what did we do? Let's take this off. So we've got some other areas, probably Cape Coral and Lehigh Acres, that are new construction homes that are not showing up on that. But if you're looking for a specific area, then you would probably want to look at the Builder's Update. Now, how can you use Builder's Update? Well, I can look for Tampa, Florida. Come on. Looks like we got a little bit of data. Oops. Let's try that one more time. So now I can drop into properties that are outside of the area and see 259 properties in the Orlando area. Okay, so it's out of our area, but we could also do outside of the state of Florida. This is basically a nationwide search. Not all builders are on it, but you can look for places, new construction homes, under construction or pre-construction, outside of Southwest Florida, outside of Florida, nationwide. So you can find the details on those properties. Yeah, that's a good one. Never seen that one before. But at least you can see some of the data. So if you have someone that is a friend or family or a client that's looking for outside the area, looking for new construction, then yes, you can find those kind of properties. And if we do, let's see, we'll do Southwest Florida market on this one. And it will bounce. Takes it a minute. So if you wanted to scroll in, you'll see our numbers start to drop. You could even do a polygram. I'm getting a little lag on my end, but you could even do a radius. And I see it may having a little problems on this end today, but that's okay. And then you would be able to find in a certain area. So pretty cool little tool, considering that, like I said, there were only 11 properties in Estero that were on the MLS, but there were 67 that are for sale. So just remember that if you have someone who's looking for new construction, you probably want to go take a look at Builder's Update. Okay. So we know we can search for new construction, pre-construction, all that kind of stuff. That's cool. We can do it on Matrix. We can do it everywhere. And some of the other things we can do. Hold on one second. We can look at some other things we can do here. What if we wanted to look, and as we know, we can always search for residential properties outside the area. So I'm just going to do a residential search, look for active single family homes. And I'm going to look, because it's becoming a bigger market right now, for Charlotte County. It turns out we only have one geocode for Charlotte County. Okay, so I see I have 79 properties in Charlotte County. Oh, sure, I can go take a look at all these properties and send them out. Is there anyone on the call today that believes there are only 79 single-family homes for sale in Charlotte County? No. So what we need to do, oh, and if you haven't noticed, I've got two different tabs open. You can do that on your computer so that you can do a search for residential properties or residential rentals or income or anything else, or do something else. you can just copy the URL, paste it into a new window, and you can have multiple, not really sessions, but tabs of matrix open at the same time. So I'll just drop this one down to lot land. If I look back over here, I'm in residential. If I look back here, I'm on the home page of matrix. Well, what I want to do now is, remember, I'm going to click back to this other tab real quick to show you 79 properties. Okay. Click back on another tab. How do I find all the other properties that are out there? Good question. What you can do is you can go to MLS Advantage, which is the statewide MLS. About 98 or 99% of all properties in the state of Florida are on this statewide MLS. So I'm just going to click on that. Now, the statewide MLS has to incorporate from all the different MLSs. That's including Rapatoni, Flex, CoreLogic products. So it's a little cumbersome, but once you play with it a little bit, you'll be okay. And oh, by the way, they have free tech support at the Florida Realtors hotline for computer support and all that kind of stuff. I'll get to that later, but I just want to show you what the difference is. So remember, we had what, 79? Okay, single family home, active, same data. And now I click Charlotte County and do a search. Well, maybe I clicked on it, I'm not sure. Nope, didn't. This is a little bit different data than what we show in our MLS. The vast majority of properties that are in Charlotte County are on Stellar MLS. So if we only sent our client that there were only 79 properties in Charlotte County, single family home, that are active for sale, we would be missing 900 properties that they could potentially put an offer on. And you can sort this any way, shape, or form you want to. Let's say they were really interested in this property. We can view the details as an agent. We can get the listing details, see who the agent is, the office is, see who everybody is involved with it, listing the property. Heck, we can even see the owner's name. They've even got an HOA fee. I believe this one is on, yeah, it's on Boca Grande. And as we can see, it's in the Stellar MLS. They may want to list it on our MLS, but I don't think they have. So the potential's there to see other properties, not just the 5 millions, but you can see them all the way down. No worries on that. All right. So how do I get this information out to my client? Well, I can just add it to the report. Go back to my results. See if I want to grab another property. Oh, sure. We'll add that one in there too. Or if I wanted to flip-flop it as to how it's arranged, we can do that. But if I want to send this out to my clients, all I have to do is click on the report queue. If I find one that I don't want on there, I can pull them off. Then I can just create a report. Now here are the different customer reports that you can send out. A lot of them, okay? If you're gonna be sending it out to a customer, I would send one or whatever of these out and do that. If you want to send the realtor side, you click on licensee report. You may want to send that to yourself. As noted here, not recommended to be sent to customers because potentially they could bypass you. So I'm just going to click back on the customer report. You can email them directly, or you can view and print the report. Well, let's just do a view and print the report. What it's going to generate is a PDF, and it's going to send out. And no, your clients cannot search statewide for properties. Only you can. Right? So you'll see that it's going to give data about you. You can see all the information. This is basically a customer financial report. Photos were added in, all those kind of things. Who takes a picture? All right, whatever. Anyways, you can see maps of where the property is. Here's the second property. Even a virtual tour. This other home, where it's at, all those kind of things. So you could either save it at this point or print it out for you. But again, you could, if you wanted to, print it out as a realtor report for you, not so much for your client, but for you. Because this is going to give percentages, contact numbers, and everything like that under the licensee versus customer report. I'm going to click on the search for MLS Advantage. Again, and go back, basically it's the home page of here. You can look for different property types. You can look for pending properties, sold properties, expired properties, and even terminated. Why would you do that? Because once you run the results on that, whatever you searched on, you can actually do a CMA out of here. Is it clunky? Oh yeah, it's clunky. So your best thing to do is to get your properties that you want. And since we really don't support this, then you would want to most definitely contact the Florida Realtors Tech Support Hotline for MLS Advantage support, and they would be able to show you exactly what you need to do. It's pretty much the same as what we do, but they're a little more advanced than we are because it's a different MLS, and I really don't support it. I can show you how to get into it and do a few things, but they know the ins and outs on how to do things. Let's see. Yeah, Tina, unmute yourself, and you had a question?
Hi. You get? Yeah.
Yes.
Can you hear me?
Yes, I can.
Uh-oh. What is the best way if somebody is asking you, I want a front house across the street from the beach, other than a polygon
In
is of searching, and then the geographical area
the geocode
is
areas are not
from
gonna,
nature.
the geocode areas are not going to match up in here for us because it's a statewide. You can add features to find different kinds of properties, and it would be
Okay.
under here. I believe water, where is it?
Yeah, right, or something.
Yeah,
It's
there's
very difficult. I don't.
yeah, it is a little difficult. And that's why when you're going into advanced searches under MLS Advantage,
Yeah.
that I recommend calling the Florida Realtors because they know the ins and outs of it. Like I
Okay.
say, I know enough to be dangerous in here. I can get you started, but there's so much information. They know exactly where it is and what you need to do. As a matter of fact, you can get rid of,
MLS does not. Yeah, or yeah,
as a matter of fact, you can actually get rid of
add
anything that
features. I
shows
see
up
that.
from Royal Palm. And if we scroll down, Naples. So we're excluding from our
Yep.
MLS because we don't want
Estero,
to.
Fort Myers Beach.
Royal Palm Coast is Fort Myers, Naples area, and this is us.
Now, the
Hey Tina, I'm only
regular
catching about
metrics
I'm
doing
only
such a
catching
search,
about
right?
I'm only catching about every third word. So I'm not sure what's going on. Are you doing an update on your computer
Okay.
or something? Yeah. All right. Hey Tina, we might
It's
do a one
going in and out because
yeah,
of
we'll do a
the
one off and see what we can figure out for you because it keeps cutting out. And anyway, so yes, you can search statewide and find properties. So even if you wanted to, Alachua County, first time I drove through Gainesville, saw the sign and I thought it said Alachua. Had no idea, but yeah, we could look for those properties. And see those properties as well. Whoa, $10 million. Okay, cool. Let's take a look at the details on that real quick. Look over to the listing details because I want to know. Buyer's commission, 3% on that property. Okay. Got a buyer? Okay, great. But that's how you can search in the state of Florida for properties that are outside of our area, especially in Charlotte County and even Sarasota County. You probably want to take a look at MLS Advantage because the vast majority are going to be on Stellar MLS, which is the MLS north of us, not Fort Myers, but Stellar, which used to be called MFR, My Florida Regional, to see things in Central Florida. Okay. So let's take a look at what else we can do. What if you have a friend or someone who wants to buy property not in the state of Florida, outside the state of the Florida, and maybe you can get a commission on it, not a full commission or anything like that, but maybe a little bit of a referral or something like that. You can search nationwide for properties. So what you do there, back on the home page, under external links, we can come down to this little icon here called Find. So I'm just going to click on this. And oh, by the way, if you've been added within the last 2 weeks, there's the potential that you might not have access, because this goes from us to NAR to this company and then to state. So if you're missing some of these things, just let us know, because we had to make a phone call and get it fixed. And it does happen sometimes on newer agents. I've seen agents that have been in, with us for 3 or 4 months and couldn't get in access, and we make a phone call, everything's fixed. So basically what you'll do, let's see, there we go. So it recognized me because it sees the icon. Didn't have to create a new account, but sometimes it does that. And if I wanted to look for let's pick on Murphy, North Carolina. I can click and you will see the name, Realtor.com, right? Yeah, but you're on the Realtor side of Realtor.com. You're not just looking at what people would look at Realtor.com. It's basically a Realtor side of Zillow, Trillia, and all those others. This is the most friendliest one to take a look at. So I can actually go through this property, see who's listing it, everything on it. But since you're a realtor, you're going to see the realtor side. And we can see all the data on it, when it was sold, what it sold for. Oh, looks like they tried to, oh yeah, they've got overlapping MLSs in that area. Take a look at that. Here and here. Northeast Georgia and Mountain Lakes. So they've got it listed multiple times in 2 different MLSs. Even see going back. See all the history on the property. So if it were something that a friend of yours was interested in and you'd done a search, because you can go in and do 3-bedroom, 2-bath from the realtor side of realtor.com and narrow it down. Then you could reach out to these folks here and say, hey, I've got a client that's interested in buying there, but before you give them any data, you get something in writing that they're going to give you a referral fee, a commission, or something. You don't give them that information until they've agreed. Got to have it in writing, because unfortunately, like I said, sometimes builders and agents forget that they had a referral and go, oh, word of mouth doesn't work in this business, as we all know, guys. All right. So we can look for different areas across the nation. So you do have full access to listings everywhere. Looks like they probably did a little work on this property, as you can see. Or they're planning on doing some big work on this property. Looks like they are. Probably going to take it to slate. I don't know. They might go wood. It's North Carolina, so it's a different environment from us. So yeah, you can not only look locally, you can look statewide, but you can look nationally for properties. And if you ever really want to, since you're a realtor, you can look internationally for properties. So you can do all kinds of searches for people. So if somebody wants to live in Dubai, yeah, you can search on here, or Puerto Rico, or wherever. Then you can search for those kind of properties. All right. So let's go back to our homepage and take a look for a second. So like I said, we know we can look locally, statewide, nationally, and even internationally. Okay. So what are some of the other tools that we can use under here? We know we can look for new construction that may or may not be on the MLS. So that's pretty cool. And send that out basically as a client portal to your client, and they can take a look at properties and let you know that they want to go see these properties. So yeah, pretty cool. One of the other things we can do under here, and I'm going to, you guys can't do this, but I can do this. I want to show you how we can use Showing Time, the Showing app. Okay. The Showing Time app allows you to go in and manipulate each and every one of your listings that you put out there. Not someone else's listings, but your listing. Okay. Since I can't make a listing active, I'm going to jump into another agent. All right. So, as I said, you can't do this. Just disregard the next 30 seconds. Because this is something I can do, you guys can't do. I can ghost in as someone else. So that means I can fix things all over the place for everybody. All right. Anyways, so now I'm in as Michael Berg. Okay. In as an agent. So how can I use the showing time? Well, and don't worry about the number of listings Michael has. He's a team leader. He has like 8 people working with him. So it's, you don't think you're underrated, but he's a team leader. So Michael could go in, click on the showing time under external links, click on his listings, and he can go in and look at all the different people or all the different listings, even previous, past, and set up specific showing instructions for individual properties. So I'll just click on this one here. They're allowing in-person and virtual appointments. Michael set it up so that he'll get an email when somebody wants to do a showing. This appears to be, is that the owner? Possibly. That the owner will also get a text letting them know. So you can set time frames, you can do everything under there. Oh, I hate when this thing pops up. They're so helpful, they bother me. But anyways, you can even add different people to be notified of a showing. It appears Christine Packy is the owner or representing the owner. And you can set how you want to be notified from there. Also, it tells us this is a go-in show, which means it's vacant. May not say that in the listing, but a go-in show means it's vacant. All right. So you can change it to whatever you want to. Ooh. Oh, I'm sorry. I was clicking here. Clicked on the wrong box. But an agent can set up specific listings to be any kind of restrictions, like no Saturday, Sunday showings or no Monday through Friday showings, but only on Saturday, Sundays. And you can set that up for your listing. Okay. So we see how that we can do those kind of things from showing time. Now I'm going to get back out of Michael, get back into me. So how do we try to request a showing on a property? Well, I can do a search. I'll do single family home, need Springs-Estero, waterfront, yes. Trying to get the numbers down here a little bit so there's not so many. Private pool. Okay, that's a little better. So now when I click on the results, how do I arrange a showing? Okay. All I have to do is, if I've sent something out to my clients through a client portal, I can send them all out, email them out, or I can do a new auto email. But if I want to set up a showing on a particular property, all I have to do is click on this little icon, and that'll take me to showing time. Or I can go under the actual property itself, seeing the showing time scheduling, schedule a single showing, or even add it to a cart for showings. This is a go and show. And here are the times that are blocked out. I can't go because that's this morning, but I could schedule a showing any of these other times out here to go see that property. So if I clicked on that one, do a continue, request an appointment, and go from there. Yes, we'll do that in just a moment for international. It's very easy. Honestly, all you have to do is go to realtor.com/international, and it will show you properties around the world, because you're part of, you're part of our syndication through List Hub. So your properties not only go to Zillow, Trillia, and the other 3,400 websites in the United States, they go to 14, it's either 12 or 14 international sites, but realtor.com/international is worldwide. So somebody in Japan could go to realtor.com/international and search for properties in Bonita Springs, and your little old property in Bonita Springs will show up. Okay, so that's how you can just schedule an appointment and go in on a listing. Oh, I think we got it, Kevin. We may do a demo on that in just a moment or two. We'll see what's going on. Okay, so I'm just going to click back. And like I said, I'd like to have multiple windows, or excuse me, tabs open, especially if you're a real estate agent, because if you've only got one tab open and you go to start doing a search or something, you want to create a new tab so that you can search for something else. Because if somebody calls you and you're in the middle of a search for residential properties, like we are here, then you can click over to another one and look for lot land. You can have as many as you want open. It's perfectly fine. But it has to be on the same computer. All right. It does get it a little confusing after like 3 or 4, and you forget where you are and you forget which listing you're trying to fix. So just remember that. You guys won't have to do that. I only do that. Okay. All right, so let's see where we are. Let's go back here. So that's how we can use our showing time to set up appointments underneath a specific listing or multiple listings. And some of them will require confirmation. Some will be vacant properties. Some will be, you can't show the house other than 4 to 6 p.m. or 10 to 2 p.m. Monday, Wednesday, and Fridays. But they can put that information in there and you can make it the request. Okay. So let's see. Fine, we got 5, 4. Oh. I know some of the names I'm looking at on here, and I know that some of you guys do not use Form Simplicity. Some of you do use app files and, what's the other one? I just went blank. Phew. Can't remember. Some of you use different contract programs. So want to show you, just in case you do go to a different office. And I'll be honest with you, it happens quite a bit. People will move from one office to another until they find their perfect niche. And it's perfectly fine. Nobody thinks bad about it. It's, just the way it is. I had one agent aged 80 who switched between 3 different brokerages before he finally found his brokerage that he likes. So yeah, just remember that. It's fine. But anyways, sorry about getting off subject there. Now, what other tools can you use under the external links? Well, if you're going to be inputting a listing, oh sure, it's all nice and everything. You can go into input and put it in. But when you're going to get the contract signed, what you really, really, really want to do is you want to take a form with you and fill out as much information as you can. And we do have those because, let's be honest, 90% of the properties are going to be residential properties. All right, you're going to have rentals. Okay, you're going to have residential income producing properties, and you're going to have commercials, boat docks, lot lands, and things like that. But you can actually click on the residential profile sheet. Can you guys see the residential profile sheet on screen now?
Yes.
Okay, cool. We'll cover that in just a second. Okay. Realtor.com. Yeah, we'll cover that in just a second. So you can actually print this out or save it to your desktop and go through this and fill out the information. Now, you really don't have to deal with this top portion because we all know, you don't have to fill that out. But you will need PID information, county, status type, is it a resale property? Go ahead and fill it out by hand. No, the other two boards would not agree to it. Yes, I know Stellar has an input form that will input directly into Matrix, but the other two boards have not agreed to it yet. I've only been working on that for 4 years. All right. So anyways, anywhere there is a bold and underlined field must be filled out inside a matrix. Okay, so we must know how many bedrooms. Show you real quick. Under the external links, residential profile sheet. That's what we clicked on. Just had a quick question. Okay. So eventually, we're hoping that we will be able to let you guys do this online, input the data, and then it will migrate over. Currently, not yet. All right. Okay. One thing that will come up is approximate living area and total area, which are two different things. Living area is under air. Approximate total area could be a covered lanai. So you could have an extra 500,000 square feet under a covered lanai, but that's not living area. It has to be under air. Okay, for the area to be considered living area, it must have direct air to it and a return. Can't put a wall banger unit in a garage and say that's a bedroom. That's not, unless you get it permitted. For living area, it must be connected to the central air conditioning system and have a return and an input into it. Okay. So sliding glass doors open, and now they've got the window shut on the lanai. That's not living area. That's total area, not living area. Another thing right here, what constitutes a bedroom? Very interesting, isn't it? What is a bedroom? First phone call I made was to Florida Realtors legal hotline when I came back here for the second time, was have the definitions for a bedroom changed. And Margie, who is the now CEO of Florida Realtors, excuse me, said, no, the rules haven't changed since you were last here. I said, okay, good. What is a bedroom? A bedroom is a room that can be closed off from the rest of the interior of the house, from common area house. So if you've got and there's a little more to the definition, but hang on. So if you've got a 2-bedroom den condo, 2nd floor, and you've got that den that can be closed off, that's step 1. That covers that part. Does it have to have, does it have to have a closet? No. State of Florida does not designate that you have to have a closet in a room to be a bedroom. Number 3, you cannot access it through another closed off area. So you may have a 20 by 20 closet, but you're accessing it through another bedroom. That's not a bedroom. The third thing, well, the other thing that makes it a bedroom, so if you've got that front bedroom with the windows in the condo and the master in the back, then you've got a den in the middle between the two, you must have egress, regress to the outside world from that room if the doors are shut. So if they've got a giant bay window that does not open, sorry kids, that's a den. If the windows can open, or there's a door that goes out, whether it's 1st floor, hopefully not 2nd floor, but if they can open a window without having to use a chair to break the window, that can be considered a bedroom. So when you see those 2+ dens that are trying to be a 3-bedroom, just know that it has to have egress, regress to the outside world, be able to be shut off from the internal common area, and does not need a closet. Because if any of you have seen homes on West Terry, some of the older homes down there, there are no closets. Because when they were built, there was really no air conditioning. So who wanted to hang their clothes in a closed environment for mold and mildew down here? All right. And then you've got tons of more stuff that you can look at and put in here. And oh, by the way, we do now allow for 2 virtual tours. What I would recommend, especially if it's in a community, that for your first virtual tour, you do a virtual tour of the property itself. The second could be the development, showing different amenities and things like that. Remember, in your virtual tours, you cannot brand to yourself. All right, so you can't be putting things in like call Jeff for a showing or whatever at 992-6771. No, you can't put stuff like that in there. You can't brand to yourself. All right, and fill out as much information as you can on this. One of the things you will realize is room types are not required. You don't have to put rooms or room types in there. You can put the dimensions in if you want to, but you don't have to. One of the other things, I'm going to scroll back up to the top here, is, let's see, where is it? Darn, I forgot. Ceiling fans. Not required, but you never know. The number of ceiling fans might make a difference for some buyer, especially bedroom descriptions, things like that. You might not think it's important that even though it's it's a single family home, one level, but first floor bedroom, master bedroom ground, or even a split bedroom or two master suites. Agents will search for different kinds of things, even though, as we notice, this is not bold and underlined. It's not required, but it might be the thing that someone else's client is looking for. So the more data you put in, the better chance you have of getting a hit on your property. Okay. And let's see, how many hours? Yeah, we only got 8. By the way, if you were trying to put this same listing into Stellar MLS, I believe it's 14 pages you would have to fill out. We're lucky. We only have 8. Okay, so let me close that out. So that's how you can input a listing, get your data sheet when you go to get the listing contract, and fill out as much information as you can, because we know you're not going to be able to fill out everything. And then sometimes you have to call us and we can help you out. The other thing you can do when you're doing a community or something like that, with the shortcuts, is trying to find the HOA, maybe contact number. Do a search on that development in the same kind of area, and you might be able to find like the HOA telephone number without having to reach out and do all kinds of crazy things. All right. Get as much as you can, be as honest as you can, but don't make things up. Okay. All right. And like I said, these are the different kinds of property types we have. You can sell boat docks if you want to, boat dominiums, all that kind of stuff. So now I'm going to jump down to how you might be able to market to yourself and show your clients that you know more about the market than anybody else. Oh, sure. I mean, I can do a residential search. This will go a little fast. No worries. I'm going to do a poor man CMA. Remember, we are recording, so you can catch up on this in just a moment. And I can pick a development. I'll grab Country Creek. Get my results. And I can select all these properties and do this little quick CMA. We used to call it broker CMA. And yeah, you can see I've been playing with my header footer. But then I can get like medium, men's, and all kinds of things. Let me blow this up a little bit so you can see it. There you go. So we can see all this kind of data. Then we just save it, send it out. Yeah, that's great and everything. It shows us what's happening in the last 30 days. I just wanted to give them a quick heads up on what's happening. But you might want to do something a little more in depth. And the more in depth would be looking at specific data, not only last 30 days, but maybe year over year since 2007. You might want to see that kind of information. Well, yeah, you can do it through Matrix. You can do the stats, but it's a pain in the rear end. I'll be honest with you. What I like to do is under the external links is I like to come down to this little guy here called market stats. Now, market stats is the same thing as the Springs-Estero MLS InfoSpark stats. I don't know why we have it that name, but anyways, you can click on market stats here, or more stats here, or even market stats. So I'm just going to click on market stats. And I'm going to show you the kind of data that you can see. All right. It's going to default for all properties in Bonita Springs and Estero, but you can customize this. It's all property types, all price ranges, all square footage, all bedrooms, bathrooms, everything. All waterfront. And no, it will not give you the option that if it's a Gulf access. We hadn't worked that part out yet. But you can see all kinds of data. I can see the number of new listings. Okay, from January 2017, January 2018. And I can see this kind of data. Now I can change this data from a line to a bar graph. So once I change it to a bar graph, it's showing me not just the overall, but it's showing me September 2018 compared to September 2019, September 2020. I can look at days on market. I can even look at months of supply. Okay. Good data. But what do I do with that? And remember, it's all Bonita Springs and Estero right now. Well, I can print this out and send it to my client, or I can just click on share, and I like to make it live. Then I share it. As you can see, you can embed this in your websites, your emails, social media. Oh, I can copy it here if I want to. But what does it look like that the client's going to see? This is what the client's going to see. It's branded to me, or you. It's going to have Bonita Estero Realtors up here, your contact information, but it'll be an interactive graph. And we can see that months of supply for September inventory is getting close to half the inventory that we had 2 years ago. And we see that. I'll show you a number in a minute. It's gonna, you're gonna go, whoa. All right. So all you have to do is copy this, paste it into an email, and it'll get sent out. Since we made it live in 2 months, if it's posted to your website or sent out in an email to your client and they click on that link again, it will update to 2 months from now. It won't show them September, but it will show them November. Okay, so they can actually see what's going on, and it will continually update. All right, so let's change it to line, and we can see it. And we can do this again, because this is on the monthly. If we wanted to, as we've all learned, smooth out the curve, we can do that. And again, we can share this. Like I said, I like to do it live so that I don't have to create it again. And when your client gets this link, they will be able to move their mouse over and see the data. Oh man, we remember that, don't we? Oh yeah, that was horrible. Nothing sold from the last of February to the first week of March. It was horrendous in 2019. I had agents, brokers, everybody calling me going, what's going on? I go, nothing selling. And to see where we are now on a 3-month average, 4 months of inventory. So getting a listing for 3 months is within the realm of possibility now. Whereas before, you needed something like a 6-month or maybe even a year listing. Now we're down to low levels. So a 3-month listing is something that is very possible. And again, you can share this through any of your social media or anything that you want to do. Well, that's great. We've seen it for all of Estero Bonita, but I'm going to change this with the down arrow. And I'm going to do a development and compare one development Pelican Landing. It'll crunch the numbers for me. Yeah, we'll go median sales price. Going to add another area. By default, it's going to show Bonita Springs-Estero, but I want to compare it to another development. Maybe Bonita Bay. So I can see price point averages that Bonita Bay is much higher than Pelican Landing for median sales. I can look at dollar volume, number of closed sales, days on market. This is all sold data and pending data. I can change this up. We'll do the maximum on this. This may take a second for it to crunch the numbers on this. Our data goes back to 2007. So, and again, I've got it set for 3 months. Probably want to do a 6-month to try to smooth it out a little bit. But this will create on the fly, crunch the numbers, and do everything for you. You don't have to go through Matrix, create charts, and do all these things. This system will do it for you. Let's change it to bar. Now bar will only go three years. So 2018, 19, and 20. So just remember that. So if you change it from bar to line or line to bar, it will only go back 3 years for bar. If we look at months of supply, and then we can even change it to NA01. Once you get past 2, maybe 3, you don't want to do a line graph. You want to do the bar graph because it gets a little too hard to read. But we can see the months of supply have dropped from last year in Bonita Bay, gone up, gone up in Bonita Bay, gone up in Pelican Landing, but also gone down in NA01. So if you got somebody who's looking, or even put this on your website, you could do all of Cape Coral, all of Fort Myers. You can do that and see what the price points are, and things like that. So let's do that. I'm going to do that real quick. I messed something up. I think it was in the wrong section. Hold on. Oh, I did development. Sorry. So you can do this, all this kind of data, and pull this out and give it to your clients. By all means, please give it to your clients. Please. We want this data to be out there. The other thing we did by accident, we didn't realize it. One of the other boards we work with, they don't show this kind of data, but you can do some more even in-depth data than just this. You have the option to do not just InfoSparks, but fast stats. So I'm going to click on that real quick. So you can actually go in and look at market data for all the Bonita Springs-Estero geocodes. We're trying to add more. Actually, we're going to be adding like 4 more. It's going to take us a little time. We're working with Naples to do this. Eventually, we will get NA01, 11, and 21. Just don't tell anybody that. And we will give them South Bonita as well, so that it will show up on their reports. You can look at all of Collier County, all of Lee, or a specific geocode in Bonita Springs-Estero. So if I just type, let's say, who's been hot lately? Yeah, we'll go BN05. This is the kind of data that will show up for you. So you can see the change from 2019 to 2020. For single family homes, for condos, median sales price, and it will always put in Bonita Springs-Estero as a baseline, but you can see that there's higher price point in Pelican Landing, which it should be compared to all of Bonita Springs-Estero, including Pelican Landing. So you can print this out, email it to your clients. It's all good. The other thing you can do is I'm going to click on monthly indicators. And oh, by the way, we can go back to compare March of 2018 to March of 2019 if you wanted to. I typically do the most recent. I believe this is, yeah, this is the 14-page report. That don't scare you, nothing should. This whole line right here. You guys killed it in September. We use this kind of data that's in here for the media committee, for all of our publications about what's going on. You can see single family market overview, condo market overview, new listings. Thank goodness we finally got a few more listings. Pending sales for September. And this is our market. Look at that. We continue to drop like a rock. Median sales price. So if you want to send this out to your clients or post it on your website, by all means, get it out there. You can see inventory. Just in Bonita Springs-Estero market, we're about 400 below where we should have been in September as far as number of properties for sale. months of supply, you can see it plummeting. What that's telling me is everybody's going for a single family home. And somewhere in here, is it on this one? No, I don't think it is. I think it's on this one. The biggest increase in sales are single family homes, 2 million or more, 4 bedrooms or more. People are relocating and coming down here permanently. In March, it was 2 bedrooms or less. Now it is higher priced properties, bigger homes, single family. And this is just a 7-page report, but you can get this out to your clients and show them this data. And let's do monthly data. We hadn't added that one yet. Hold on one second, got a check coming in. Patrick can tell you how to get there, Donna. No, I'm kidding. I'll show you here in a second. We can look at, as you can see, our data goes how far back to March 2019, which will include over data to March 2018. So I'm just going to click this one, and this will break out. Let me make this a little bigger so you guys can read it. So looking at all Bonita Springs-Estero, 2019 in September, we had 218 sold properties in all Bonita Springs and Estero. In 2020 September, 333, a 52, let's call it 53% increase. We had an average days on market almost dropped 19%. The number of pending sales in 2019 compared to 2020 September, an 80% increase. You get a listing, you're going to get an offer. So we finally see a little bit of people going, okay, I'm ready to sell now. Somewhere between 3, 4, and 5% increase. Price is what we're seeing. I do see a couple of places that are like 2% per month, but on average in Bonita Springs-Estero, it's 3 to 5% per year. Some places much higher, some not so much. If you can get a property in Bonita Springs or Estero for $250,000 single family home, you're probably going to be putting $50,000 into it because that's just what's left. Yeah. So anyways, that's kind of the data. And as you can see, you can print this, give it out, and give it to your clients. Let them see it. We will have one coming up in a little bit. We haven't added it yet. There will be a 4th one down here about showings. And then we'll, because this is done by showing time, and all 3 boards use showing time. So it'll give you dynamics on showings and things like that. One of the other cool things, let me go back. As I go back to the InfoSparks, showings to make it go pending. Oh, cool, Donna. the number of the median average of showings to make it go pending is this, 10, okay? Showings per listing, we'll notice that that number is less. So some properties are getting multiple showings, and others are not getting as many before they go pending. Could be overpriced, whatever the issue is. So you can use this data. And oh, by the way, you can create as many of these as you want and put them on your website or in an email. So if you want to look at, oh heck, I don't know, geocode, you want to compare, I don't even know where this is. You could do that. Ooh, looks like that's on water. But you could compare, you know, Cape Coral, whatever that place is, to Bonita Springs and Estero. I would say that's on the river. That's got to be on the river. So, any questions you guys got or concerns or?
Yeah, I have
Hmm?
a question.
Yes, is that Tina?
Jeff?
Yes, what you got?
Yeah. On the bottom, I've been playing with this from last classes. It's exceptional. Bottom though, it doesn't. You cannot select pending sales, like using it like a match chart. Is there any way you can use the bottom of that screen that you were on previous?
Well, the only way,
stats, you know, the
yeah,
graph charts that we can do.
the InfoStats really only looks at its primary purpose is to look at sold data, but it also gathers pending sales.
Yeah.
Okay. So it can find the pending sales, but it's not going to be able to tell you how long they've been pending or anything like that.
No. What I'm trying to ask is, you know, on top you can say different developments, you can change to the cities. On a bottom, you cannot multi-select. Am I correct? Or is there any way to
Correct.
multi-select home for sales?
Yeah, on InfoSparks, we cannot do pending sales and closed sales at the same time. We've been talking
Yeah, all
with
simultaneously.
Yeah,
Right,
we've been talking
that was my
with them
question.
about it, but they're not sure they can do it and make it look good. However, they've got the data. So we think honestly, we think if we got them over the barrel, I'm working with Evan down at Nabor. We think we got them over the barrel that they will do it. So you'll go from.
Good. Yeah,
You'll
because
go
as you start playing with the top, then you like to play.
Correct.
Yeah.
So what we're trying to get them to do is have one, well, we're wanting them to do an auto where it would be, instead of, we're not closed sales, but let's say you clicked on this other one, it's going to be overall, and it's going to show active and pending and closed.
Yeah.
So we're working on that.
Good.
We don't know. They're still kind of dragging their feet. They're like, well, that's really cool, but we don't know if we can do it. And we're like, okay, let's see if we can do it, and we'll test it here on us and find out. Because what that would do, it would basically be, even though this is not this is what we're wanting to do so that we can get, let's do sales price. Oh, that's not good. Month supply. Okay. Yeah. It would be something like this. It wouldn't be months of supply. It would be, the top one would be active sales, pending sales, sold sales. That's what we're trying to get them to do.
Yeah.
So that we can have an all-in-one. And we currently, the only way I can demonstrate that is
That's
by
needed.
putting in 3 different areas. We're working on that. Yep. We don't know if they can do it,
Yeah.
but that chart would blow all the other charts
Thank you.
away. Yeah, so we are working on it. We're trying to figure out how they can pull it to make it good. Maybe first quarter next year they can do something, but we don't know because they're just getting now into, because most of the country is getting ready to not sell property, where you guys are getting ready to sell property. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, we're working on it.
Exceptional too. No question. Yeah.
Yeah, I love it. I love it. It's like, I mean, if you don't use it, what can I say? I mean, it's free, doesn't cost you guys anything.
Oh yeah, I'm using it every week.
Yeah, excellent.
Yeah.
Yeah, so we are working with them to see how they can do it and implement it. And you'll go from 12. There's another one we're talking about adding, but can't tell you about that, to make it 14 different fields that you can search on, not just home sales, pending sales, closed sales, sales price, month supply, that kind of stuff. We're looking at adding 2 more. Can tell you about the combining of sold, pending, and active listings. The other one, you're probably going to be surprised, but we're looking at it, trying to figure it out. Yeah. Well, does anybody left online still have any questions or anything? Okay. All right. Well, if no one has any questions, by all means, remember to reach out to me and or Kevin to get a copy of what we recorded today. And we'll go from there. And you guys have a great day. And we'll see you next time.